Am I happy? Yes, I am. Why am I happy? I'm happy because I get to do what I love every single day. What do I love? I love my family. My gorgeous little 2-year-old who's turning into a little 2-year-old monster at the moment, but my family. And I love events. I love creating, managing, styling weddings and events. So, to understand where my passion came from, you have to understand my background. I was lucky enough to be born to two young entrepreneurs. My parents started their own business, so I had a strong work ethic from a very young age. One of my favorite things that I remember doing with my family, before I get to that, I was also lucky enough to have a family of entertainers and musicians. So music, sound, light, action has always been a part of my life. One of my favorite games that we used to play as a family, particularly driving between Nandi and Suva, would be driving along and my dad would slow down and point a spot, whether it was a tree or a mountain or just an area that looked good, and he'd say, boom, great location for a concert. And we'd be like, yes. And then DJ Mum, back then that was tapes, DJ Mum would change the tapes until we found the right music. Of course, back then, Michael Jackson and Neil Diamond were the trendsetters at the time. So we wouldn't just change the music for no reason. We would change the music, find the exact right song, and then the rest of the trip to Suva was playing that song over and over again as we, in detail, planned our imaginary event. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, right. Exactly when that first set of drums starts, boom, that's when the lights come on. And then, okay, the beginning of the first chorus, and then that's when the dancers come out, etc., etc. So we did imaginary events as a family thing as kids. So you might be wondering why there's a hot pink screen behind me and nothing else. It's because that is the color, that is my corporate color of my business. And there's a story behind that as well. At the beginning of my career, I landed my dream job. My dream job was events coordinator of the largest event ever held in Fiji, which was the 2003 South Pacific Games. My boss at the time asked me to attend a meeting. I begrudgingly attended, but nonetheless, I attended a meeting. It was a big meeting, and I walked in to the meeting, and I looked to the right, and there was a big oval table, and it was very clear that I was the only female, and I was also the youngest person there by a good 20 to 30 years. And as soon as I walked in, I noticed one or two of the gentlemen start to talk to me. So I was like, oh, yes, sorry. And they're like, tea black with 1 sugar. And I was like, oh, hang on. Oh, there's no. Oh, me? No, no, no. Sorry, I'm not here to make tea. I'm here to attend your meeting. Which, of course, they respectfully apologized for assuming that I was the tea girl. That was an interesting experience. The following week, I received the minutes of that meeting. Anyone that knows me knows that I, of course, had a fair bit of contribution to that meeting, particularly because it was for the purposes of planning an event. So imagine my surprise when I opened up the minutes of the meeting and it had all my suggestions written in the minutes, but it had been equally divided amongst all the gentlemen attending the meeting as their suggestions, and according to the minutes, I had sat there in silence. They say that what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, and that is what set the fire into my belly that still burns today. And that is why I decided then and there that one day I was going to start and own the biggest, best events and weddings business in the country. And I wanted to prove to everyone out there, particularly in the events industry, which is a male-dominated industry, I wanted to prove that you should never underestimate young people and you should never underestimate a woman. So hence my very subtle hot pink is my company color. The purpose of what else makes me happy is doing things differently and doing what I love. So 6 years ago, I finally got around to doing what I had planned to, and I started my own business, myself and my house girl at the time, and together we set up for our first wedding. Fast forward 6 years, and I'm the proud owner of a company that has offices in Nandi and Suva. I employ up to 40 staff, and as I stand here talking to you today, my team are setting up weddings, 6 weddings and events all over the country, including Lambasa. As a business, I go out of my way to do things differently. So if that's the way companies do their run their business, I look at that and I think, okay, well, I want to do it this way. I want to forge my own way. I want us to be different and not just copy. And so the things that I do that are different in my business is staff. Your staff are your business. Without your team, you don't have a company. And so I go out of my way to hire young people, particularly women. I'm proud to say that I'm probably the eldest person in my company. And I'm proud to say that 100% of my managers are female. I'm proud to say that, as far as I'm aware, my team love what they do, and we look after them. So things that I do differently as a business, for example, is I know you've got your standard 8 to 5, Monday to Friday. Every Monday from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m., we close the office and I pay my staff to go out and do some exercise. So they go out and whether they go walking or they go and play volleyball or touch rugby, whatever it is, as long as they're out there breathing fresh air, spending time with each other and getting some exercise. And I do that because I know that a team that is healthy and happy is going to be a productive team. And then in the end, my business will benefit from it. On Tuesdays, I've been inspired from, big organizations that do things differently. So I got this idea from one of our clients actually, who was a staff member of Facebook, and they told me about what they do, and so we've incorporated in our business, and that is every Tuesday we have work at home Tuesdays. It was quite funny when I first told my admin team that every Tuesday that they could work from home, and if they wanted to get up in the morning, take their kids to school, have a hot date with their husband, catch up with friends, and don't start working till 10 o'clock, that's fine with me. It was really quite funny getting through that process because I asked them the question, what do you love most? What makes you happy? And every single person had the same answer, and that is my family. I wish I could spend more time with my husband. I wish I could spend more time with my kids. I wish I had time to go and get my hair done and things like that. And I said, awesome, that's what I'm giving you. So as such, we implemented work from home Tuesdays. And I mean, next week, for example, I'm taking my team from Nandi and Suva. We're closing the office for 2 days, and we're going to meet up down the coast, and we're going to relax, play some volleyball, swim, have dinner together, and just spend time together for 2 days. That is my way of showing my team that I appreciate all the hard work that they do. And why do I do that? Because I want to be able to go to sleep at night knowing that I can be proud of the business I run, and proud because I look after my team and I'm empowering young people to realize their dreams and to find their happiness in life. And that is what makes me happy. And round about now, you should see some images coming up on the screen. And these are some examples of some of the work that my team has managed to put together. So have I found my happiness? I certainly have. And how have I found my happiness? I have found my happiness from doing what I love every single day. Vinaka.